Pam Bondi has told countless lies about the Jeffrey Epstein files, that they exist, that they don't, they're on her desk, but they weren't, they should be released, but now they can't because they're not for public consumption. And as Bondi and Trump have decided that they'll now pick out little bits and pieces that they'll maybe show us, one sticking point throughout this all has been video. The only video that Bondi released, of course, was doctored footage of Jeffrey Epstein's prison cell, but the rest of the video, for some reason, the administration is very scared of. And that makes me wonder, especially with what we just heard from an Epstein victim going public over hidden tapes that threaten to blow all of this up. We're going to get into it all, but before we do, if I could quickly ask you to leave a like on this video, and if you haven't already and you enjoy our channel, to hit that subscribe button because it goes a long way. Now, as all of this is unfolding, of course, Donald Trump is trying to run and hide. So before we get into this new information, I want to start with Trump so scared in Scotland.
Yet, immediately after getting off the plane today in Scotland, he was asked about Epstein. He clearly wants this trip to be his running away, across the pond, across the ocean, from the Epstein story. But it still followed him. This was Trump's view as his motorcade made its way to his golf course in Scotland today. One sign there reading, "Release the files, you lying jobby." I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but jobby, J-O-B-B-I-E, which I learned today is Scottish slang for poop, so there's that. In case that's useful for anyone out there this weekend, now you know. Jobby, poop. This man's sign reads, "This is not pedophile island. You are not welcome here." That's what it says. And then at his golf course itself, a sign reading, "Twinned with Epstein Island," has been put beneath the golf course's actual sign. There it is. It looks like it's in similar type that took a lot of planning, and they attached it. It looks like it was meant to be there.
I do not know, and none of us do, what could be in these files on Donald Trump. But every time that he runs away, makes up a new lie, or tries to cover it all up, it only makes me think it must be even more sinister than I could have possibly imagined before. And that is so incredibly damaging to Donald Trump with a base of his that is built on conspiracies. These people are letting their imaginations run wild, and I, at this point, think that no matter what could be in there might not even be as bad as what MAGA might be imagining, although considering Donald Trump, it probably is. But again, we come back to this video point, that they're saying we can't show you the video because there are children involved. But you can't release anything that Donald Trump is in that you've already found. So is Trump in those videos? Well, what Kash Patel said right here really raised my eyebrows before we get into what this victim said.
The narrative has always been that there's video. Mm. But what about the video from the island?
Again, we're going to give you everything we can. And people have to remember, we're not going to re-victimize women. We're not going to put that shit back out there. It's not happening, because then he wins. Not doing it. You want to hate me for it? Fine. Again, logical play out. If there was a video of some guy or gal committing felonies on an island and I'm in charge, don't you think you'd see it?
Right. If you have it.
Right.
But you can't say that you have it.
No, we're giving you everything we have.
And is there video from the island?
Not of what you want.
So this narrative might not be accurate, that there's video of these guys doing this.
Exactly.
Have you guys reviewed everything that you have?
Almost. Yes, we have, and now we're figuring out how to put it out.
So Kash Patel has seen all of the video, and now we know that according to Pam Bondi and Donald Trump, they've released everything in the Epstein files, according to them, that's safe for public consumption. Kash Patel said we can't show those videos because they'll re-victimize people. But Donald Trump is in the Epstein files, but not the parts that we've seen. So the parts of the Epstein files that overlap as being what Donald Trump is in and that show victims being harmed are the same. So the parts of the Epstein files that Donald Trump is in is him abusing victims. That's the essentially admission being made here. And it becomes so much clearer when you hear what this victim had to say about how much video Jeffrey Epstein was taking.
There was a point, and this was kind of like the very end for me when I stopped dating Jeffrey, when he looked at me and said, I have, video of you undressing in a bedroom in the brownstone, and it's It was something along the lines of, it's the most beautiful thing I own, or it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And that just, you know, that was when there were, I mean, being groped, you know, being led into Donald's office to be groped by him was bad enough. And I probably was young enough and confused enough where maybe I was still questioning. But when he said to me, I have video of you undressed in a bedroom in my house, and I just, it was so creepy and so dark. And so, you know, I've wondered ever since, where is that video? Was he lying? Does it exist? I know everyone's very focused on lists, right? You know, where are the lists? But my question is, you know, what's in all those files that the government has, the DOJ has? And, you know, is there video of me? I'd like to know if it exists. I think I speak for all the other, you know, victims who have come forward and wonder if there's video of them. I think we'd like to know, absolutely, there's no video, or there is, and this is where it is. You know, we just want more answers. To have that just floating out there.
So this is my take, and tell me if you think I'm wrong. This victim of Jeffrey Epstein's is saying that she was recorded without her knowledge, likely in Epstein's home. And close associates of Jeffrey Epstein have said he had videos of everything, likely bugs throughout his house, throughout his properties, in his office. Donald Trump spent a lot of time with Jeffrey Epstein in his house, in his office, on his plane. And you're telling me those files, those videos, we just can't show you? Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. He's been told he's in the Epstein files. They won't release his name. They also won't release any video. Why is that? Why won't they release any video? Is it because when we see that there's video in his home and in his office, places Donald Trump will be, it just reignites this desire for more? To find those videos? To see where Trump was? There has to be overlap, right? That is what my conclusion is at this point. That the most damaging content about Trump that is in the Epstein files is video that is not safe for public consumption, likely involving children. Donald Trump is in it. Why would they be attempting to hide the video so much more than anything else? They have made it a sticking point right now. And we continue to hear about more tapes and more privately recorded video, surveillance from all across Epstein's properties and his offices. That is the conclusion that I've come to, that is what we need, the video. Trump's going to release a lot of documents, sure, in the coming days to distract us, but it's the video that's the sticking point to me. That's what we have to be talking about. That is, to me, what the focus has to be right now. The FBI has compiled, according to sources within the Bureau, a collection of all of the times Donald Trump's name, his name, was on a piece of paper in the Epstein files that anyone can see. Now, do you think that they would give that type of access to video, though? I know the document's likely damaging, but they didn't say anything about the video. Kash Patel says he's personally looked at the video. Kash Patel also personally knew that Donald Trump was in the Epstein files. Are you beginning to see the overlap that I am? It's become incredibly troubling that I don't think we've given enough attention to the tapes. I think the tapes are the sticking point here. That's my theory on it. That's just what I've come to believe. And I think we need to really go on the offensive about it and continue to push. And of course, we're doing that more and more everywhere. Gavin Newsom spoke about it with Brian Tyler Cohen as it relates to fighting back against Trump's attacks on Texas. And I want to take a look.
It's exhausting. I'm sick of it, and I don't want to be on the receiving end of that anymore. I'm sick and tired of being on our heels. Got to be on our toes. It's not about, fighting back. It's about leaning forward, and it's about setting the tone and tenor. I'm sick of this party needs to wake up. These guys aren't screwing around. And I say this not in literal sense, but they're assassins when it comes to the way they weaponize grievance and the way they play politics.
Yeah.
Enough. I mean, what more goddamn evidence do we need? Excuse my language. I mean, they've rolled back the last half century. In real time, that's just 6 months.
Right.
Can you imagine this guy having an additional 42 months with no system of checks and balances, no oversight? I mean, seriously. The hell else more evidence do you need? This is an existential moment. And so Democrats, if we want to have a party, if we want to be functioning, not just as a party, but as a democracy, if we want a system of checks and balances, we believe in the rule of law, if you believe in popular sovereignty, this is not about popular sovereignty. This guy wants to wire. He tried to break this democracy, tried to light it on fire on January 6th. He just made a call to the governor of Texas saying, in this case, not find me the votes, but find me new seats to rig the game. If we want to still be in this game, we need to disabuse ourselves, disenthrall ourselves of the status quo in the past. We have got to enter a new mindset, and we've got to get back on this playing field, and we've got to do it with the kind of vigor that our kids and grandkids deserve, that liberty and freedom deserves this moment. The founding fathers deserve the principles that define the best of Roman Republic and Greek democracy. That's on the line unless we stand the line and stand guard of this democracy, and that means we got to go on offense. No more defense. Go on offense. Fight fire with fire. So you ask me, am I in? I'm all in. You ask me, am I committed? I'm all in, committed and resolved. And so this is not a bluff. This is a moment to be held to a higher level of accountability.
We have to be hitting back all of the time and on everything. We should not be on the defensive, especially as this administration continues to fail on every promise that they made. And Jessica Tarlov broke down more of that, talking about how Donald Trump has not cared about maybe the biggest issue that he came into office supposedly to address in inflation.
And Shannon already referenced today the new Fox News poll. I would also like to dive in there and look at the approval rating for Donald Trump on inflation, 36%.
Compared to what?
What?
Compared to what?
36%. It doesn't have to be.
No context.
Greg, that's not how polling works.
Oh, please explain to me how efficient and brilliant your polling is. You did a great job in 2024.
It's not my polling. Actually, the polling in
My
2024
God, you guys are wrong
was
all
accurate.
the time. And by the way, all your polling is your own narratives.
What?
That's all polling is. You're polling your own narratives.
No, we're
You build
not.
up a fake story
Wait.
and then you go,
How is this? Hey, how do you think the president is handling? According to you, who is a very wealthy
Jessica,
person that's not paying attention to this.
This
throw the
conversation,
wealth card
I mean,
at
that's a
me.
compliment. He's so wealthy.
I'm
He loves
so
you
well.
when you
What
say
neighborhood
that.
do you live in?
Jessica, this conversation.
This is an administration that has lied again and again and again. It will be a failure of Democrats if we do not take up every one of those lies and fight on them constantly. Communicate message. Never stop talking about this. I promise you we won't on the show. And if you want to support that, as always, you can hit that subscribe button, leave a like on this video, and if you stuck around to the end, drop a blue heart in the comments. And until next time, I'll see you soon.